Oh, hey, good morning. Sorry I'm late, but maybe it's possible. There is a possibility that up until just 3 minutes ago, I forgot what day it was. That's okay though. We're gonna get started here, and it's gonna be awesome. But first, smoke 'em if you got 'em. All right, let's get this camera showing me, and let's get to it, shall we? All right, it is Saturday morning. We're firing up Francine's song. Let's see where we left off. I think, if I remember correctly, I was pretty happy with it. But, times change. You hear things differently the next day, generally, and let's fire it up, see where we're at. I did, after we ended last week, I did make a couple additional changes. I didn't feel like I was done with my train of thought at the end of the 3 hours. I didn't go too far, but I finished up some of the things that I was working on. I just want you to know that. So let's hear where it's at. This morning, I was late because I was watching a documentary on Dr. Dre, who is my idol. I love Dr. Dre. Man, that dude is awesome. Come on here. That's why we have these G-funk sounds in Francine's song. That's a tip to Dr. Dre. Just in case he's listening, in case he's tuning in. All right, here we go. Firing it up. Let's go and going. You're not hearing that. Let's make sure we got our sources set up appropriately. We don't. That's why you're not hearing it. That's my interface, so let's grab that and fire this up again.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're just soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, the lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never ever felt so alive, and now I'm all alive. Baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Stay all night, and I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Stay all night, stay all night, stay all night, stay all night, stay all night.
Okay, that's pretty good. I took some notes here while that was playing, and let's talk about them a bit. Notes. Mixed notes day 2. The bass is pokey, and by pokey I mean the transients. The beginning part of each bass note kind of pokes out of the mix, and it draws a lot of attention to the bass that I don't really want to be there. I want to roll that off. So I'm going to use a compressor to do that, I think, and just kind of clamp down on the bass at the beginning of the note, just to push it back in the mix a little bit. I don't want the bass to be as forefront as it is. I want it to be thick and strong and solid and center, but I don't want it to jump ahead of her vocal track, and that's what I think it's doing. There's a delay throw that we put in at 125 that sounds cool, where she says the word butterflies, and I just want to accentuate that a little bit more because it's cool and it's kind of quiet. There's also the growl at 1:45 when she goes, and I'm all like, that word all in that one particular bridge was a little bit growly, and I liked that a lot, so I turned it up to accentuate the growl. And what I heard today was that I probably turned it up just a little bit too much, so I'm going to turn that back down. Then consider bringing the strings back in the interlude. The interlude is the bit where the electric guitar solo comes in. It just sounds a little bit empty compared to the rest of the song. And clean up the afterbridge boingy. The afterbridge boingy is this part right here. This peak. So we want to make sure that that's the main point in that second of the song. You know, we want to really call attention to that because it's funny. Also, we have some tracks here that aren't in right now. There's more guitars, I believe, and the harmonies. So where did we tuck the harmonies? So we've got the harmonies out still. So we're going to do some work on the harmonies. But before we bring the harmonies in, I'm going to just address these things that we've talked about. So let's start with the bass. That was the first one. I'm going to take a look at the compressors on here. Here I can tell this is a low-level compression. I want that on manual. That's compressing the whole bass all the time at about 3 decibels. And then I'm turning it back up by 3 decibels here. And all that's doing is taking some of the fuzziness or the ambience of the bass, and it's pulling it in and making it more solid. So that's what we're going for. And I want that to be opto too. And warm is fine. Cool. So we're not changing much there. This one is, we're grabbing the peaks.
But I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should.
So this is kind of turning down louder notes and stabilizing the overall level of the bass a bit. And then we're, as you can see, turning up 3 decibels as we're also turning down 3 decibels. So what this is doing is it's making the quieter parts closer to the loud parts. We're equalizing the levels with this. But we're not really messing with the attack and release to change the tone of the bass any there. Then we have on here another compressor, which is evening out all that. But mainly with this compressor, I'm just using it to add the warmth of the tube sounds from this optical LA2A compressor. If you don't understand compressors or why I would do that, you might want to check out one of those earlier workshops we did called All About Compressors, or Compressors and Equalizers, that's what it was, where we talked all about this and who made it and why they made it and how it was made and some of the other alternatives. That was a good one. But this is on here just to give it a tonal characteristic. And then what else we got? And then we have some saturation just to make it stand out a little. But it's still pokey. It still pokes out, right? I want it to stand out, but I don't want it to poke out. I don't want it to grab your attention. I just want it to be solid and there and a critical part of the driving force of the song. So we're going to throw another compressor on here. I'm going to grab this FabFilter one because it's cool and it will be easy to demonstrate what we're trying to do. So my goal here is for the compressor to act really quickly, and I want it to actually turn down just the beginning of each note a little bit, right? I don't want it to turn down the whole note. I don't want it to squash the signal much. I just want to tame down the bits that poke out a lot and push those back in the mix. So we're going to use the compressor to do that. And let's just solo up the bass here. So we don't want this. We don't want what this is doing right now. I hope you can hear what it's doing right now. It's kind of pumping and breathing as the compressor turns down the note and turns it back up because it's not dialed in to the tempo of the song or the volume of the bass. So just throwing up this plugin by default, listen to how drastically it's changing the sound. So you can see how long it takes. It pushes it down real quick, and then it takes a while for the release to let go again. And what we want to do for the effect we're trying to get is we want that to release much, much faster. So I'm going to pull the release down, and I also want it to attack faster. So I'm going to pull that down, and I'm going to turn on this thing called Look Ahead, which allows the compressor it buffers a little bit extra so it can actually detect what it needs to do before it even gets there. Right, so that's what a look ahead does, and it can smooth out the sound some. So we're going to turn on some look ahead. Here we'll give it half a millisecond, and we'll back it off a bit. We don't want it to be that harsh. Faster still. You hear Sophie whining in the back. She's dreaming. This is too much. So I'm going to change this knee to hard so it clamps quickly. And let's see, we'll take the ratio down quite a bit. We'll just make it 2-to-1. It doesn't have to be decibels and decibels of volume reduction. It could be 1 decibel of volume reduction, and it can still make a very drastic difference to the overall sound. Maybe this is too fast. Let's turn off this auto gain. I think that's messing with us too. So I'm just going to check my buffer settings here in Studio One and make sure, we're cool for mixing. Just make sure I didn't forget anything last time. I keep hearing a pop over here when the bass plays, and let's see if we can address that. Right there. You hear that pop? Let's see. Is that... I don't like it, but whatever. In the mix, you're probably not going to hear that. I'm not going to stress over it too much because that could send me down a rabbit hole that isn't productive.
I start spacing out and
Don't hear it in the mix at all, so no big deal. All right, back to solo on the bass. Turn our compressor back on. Off. On. Hear what it's doing? It's taking the edge. It's taking the bite out of the bass, which is what we're going for. That was the intention. So if you're going to use a compressor in this way, or if you're going to use a compressor at all, you need to have an intention. There's a sound you should be going for, probably, or a purpose you're using the compressor for. Otherwise, you can really do damage to a signal and not comprehend why, right? If you're just turning on compressors and they're clamping down signals and you don't understand what's going on or what the meters are saying, it's probably not an overall good decision. All right, so let's put this back into the mix and listen to the first verse or so and just make sure what we did is better. Turning the bass down as well.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended, butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more, now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me.
I was just tweaking the EQ of the bass because a lot of these other decisions that we have made have changed the tonal characteristics. So adjusting that EQ, even though this EQ is at the beginning of the chain, it has an effect, a pretty drastic one. And I think this big boost here that I put at 800 helps to define the sound of the bass. It has the kind of, it's got something going on in the low end, but in the mid range, this will help the bass stand out on smaller speakers, and also just in general, because the bass can kind of get a little bit lost. Now, I don't want it to poke out. I just want it to be heard. Just like imagine you were at a live performance and there were a bunch of instruments on stage at the same time. You don't necessarily want any one of those instruments to be much louder than all the other ones, but they all have to fit together.
It's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing.
I got too much compression going on here just overall, so I'm backing off a lot of it. I can hear it kind of pulling energy from the song, and we don't want that. Let's get rid of this one. This was hurting more than it was helping. You know what? I'm going to move this compressor that we're using to grab those spikies. I'm going to move it before the other compressors. And maybe that will make them work a little less hard.
You see, you're the only one for me. Say you're mine, and I'm all like, baby, that.
And now the result, because we've gone through on that track and evened it out and made it sound less edgy, now as a result I can turn the whole bass up in the mix and it doesn't overpower other things, but we can hear it more. So I had the bass turned down 4 decibels, but that was just really to compensate for some of these spiky pokes. Right now the compressors are taking care of those spiky pokes, and I can turn the whole bass up, and we get to hear all the notes more evenly, which is great.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should.
Okay, what I'm going to do here, because the very beginning of this song is loud, the bass is loud in that intro, I'm just going to automate a little volume correction there. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit in that intro, and then it turns back up here. So let's see how that sounds. This is called automation.
I start spacing out.
I did it too soon. I mean, too late. This should be here. Ooh. Turn it down that much, 5 decibels. And we want that to be at 0. So like, still not on the money. There we go.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just
So now I hear that there is somebody here that is probably my mother that doesn't know that I'm in the middle of a live stream at the moment. So I'm going to go address that, and I'll be back momentarily. There she is. Hi.
Just wanted to bring back your stuff.
Oh, thanks.
Sorry about that.
No worries. That's my mom, everybody. There's Mom. She's bringing back a baking sheet. Hold on. I'm going to play this song through. I'm going to go talk to her for a minute, and then I will be back.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say all night, say all night. Move some plants, the way it gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive, and now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say all night.
Okay, all right. So I like those changes. The bass is sitting better, I think, now than it was before. Let's go back to my notes. Delay throw at 125 could be louder. Let's jump over to 125. Probably wasn't exactly. Well, let's start.
It feels like our first date never ended, butterflies inside.
Hear it? It's subtle.
Like our first date never ended, butterflies inside. Feelings.
Let's see where that is. Where's her vocal track? Do we have automation there? We do. So this is what's controlling it. We have this little automation lane here, and you can see the bump in this line. I'm turning up the effect just for that one word, but it's not loud enough, and it doesn't go on for long enough, I don't think. So let's see. There's two ways I could do this. We could change how much level we send in to the effect, or we could just turn the effect up.
The butterflies inside.
Because it's very quiet here. It's only hitting like minus 24 dB, which is quiet relative to the rest of the song. So let's just turn this up a lot. See how that affects the effect.
Never ended, butterflies inside.
It needs to start at butterflies, I think. So maybe there.
Never ended, butterflies inside.
Maybe we need this to happen later. Get louder later. And then turn it down faster.
Ended, butterflies inside. Feelings.
That's maybe too much. Let's turn it down a bit.
Ended, butterflies inside.
I'm just going to turn the lies part of butterflies down a bit.
Ended, butterflies inside. Feelings extended.
And I want it to be, let's mess with that delay itself a little bit, because I still want that to be a little more dramatic.
Day never ended, butterflies inside. Feeling.
It's too loud. It's too loud now. What am I doing?
Ended, butterflies inside. Feelings extended.
That's about where I want it to sit. And now let's look at the echo itself.
Ended, butterflies inside. Feelings.
I want it to have more feedback, so let's turn up the feedback and see how that sounds.
Feelings extended. Never ended, butterfly. Day never ended, butterflies inside. Feelings extended.
Maybe even more.
Butterflies inside. Feelings extended.
Let's see if we can make it thinner. Louder but thinner. Like butterfly wings.
Hundred butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love the butterflies inside, feelings extended.
I like that. Okay. So I'm just going to play it with a little bit more roll to make sure that in context it fits.
Holding me up until the end, stay all night. It feels like our first date, never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended.
I like it. Moving on. Let's, just because I can see it on this timeline here, look at this delay throw. It's the same delay. It's the same type of effect, but I can see that it's quite a bit quieter than this butterflies one. So let's give that a listen too while we're here.
And stay all night, stay all night.
Let's turn that up loud to accentuate and really see what it's doing.
In the bed, holding me up until the end. Stay all night, stay all night.
I kind of like it. I don't love it.
Stay all night, stay all night.
I'm just experimenting with the volume of the send.
Stay all night. Stay all night.
Let's turn this down too. I might like that better.
Stay all night.
All right. And that conveniently brings us into the interlude, which was next on the notes, I believe. Nope, but we're just gonna reorder these for convenience. Consider the strings back in the interlude. Let's bring the strings back for a second. Let's see if that was good or a bad decision to take them out.
And stay all night. Stay all night. Move some plants so the wind gets soaked.
Nah, it's better without them. I mean, it might be good to have a string part there, but not this one. And at this point, I'm not going to go back and re-record new strings. So taking them out is good. So I'm not going to mute them so we don't get confused there. I'm just going to delete those pieces. Ooh, I hope that didn't do anything bad. Let's go back. I'm just going to delete the... why is the delete key doing that? Yeah, my delete key's gone crazy. All right. So next on the notes was the growly thing at 145. I hear it distort, so that's too loud. I turned it up too much. And let's take a look at our volume automation lane here, right there. You can see where I turned it up. And we're just going to pull that back a bit. I wish it would grab all the points. I think there is a way to do that, like so. I grabbed too many. Maybe if I hold shift. Yep, that's exactly how you do it. You hold shift. So I'm going to hold shift on all these points here and just pull this down. This one too, I missed one. God damn it. God damn you. Actually, I'm just going to get rid of that adjustment entirely. I'm not going to turn it up. We'll just leave it the way it was. All right.
It's through and all my life, baby this, baby that.
Yeah, so it was a mistake to turn that up. I just like it, so I wanted to hear more of it. But that was a bad decision, so we're reverting it. And now clean up After Bridge Boingy. Let's listen to After the Bridge. Let's get rid of these bend markers because that's fatiguing to look at. After the bridge.
And it cracked, seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby. Bring it on my.
Let's make sure I can see everything on the screen. Let's identify what's playing at this point. We have the lead is going, the heavy guitar is going, the bass, her vocal, and the acoustic.
Oh my God.
And the synths are all playing right now.
Bring it on, oh my God, the lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby this, baby.
I want the heavies to drop out, but I'm afraid it'll sound weird if they come back in.
I was stoked, I love me a summer storm. So I was like, bring it on, oh my God, the lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive.
Maybe I can just cut right there. Maybe the heavies go out there.
Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby.
And then they come back right there. Let's try it. Just make sure it doesn't sound weird. We're trying to avoid weird sounding things.
Right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby this, baby.
Might be alright. Let's do it. Let's listen to the whole bridge.
Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm. So I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, the lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby this, baby that. Playing with my foot.
I think I like that.
Lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive.
Let's turn up the boingy. Like maybe it's that simple. So here's the boingy. Let's just give that a little boost so it pops out more. Ooh, not that much boost. My cursor has gone crazy too. Everything's gone crazy. There's a point. There's a point. Oh, we want it up. And let's just turn this up quite a bit.
Ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby.
Too much. Let's pull it back.
Alive. And now
That sounds pretty good. With some context.
right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby this, baby that. Playing with my bodyguards, can't you see?
Actually, at that point after the boingy, that I want the bass to turn up overall. Because Jody starts playing some cool things in there, and there's a lot going on and you kind of lose it. So let's just bump up the bass a little bit after the boingy.
I felt so alive. And now I'm all alive, baby this, baby that. Playing with my bodyguards, can't you see?
So the automation in a song, or probably any project, is kind of the difference between an okay mix and a good mix. It takes you have to go through each track and listen to it and take the time to make small adjustments where they would be cool. And if you do enough of those little tiny things, it all adds up to a good mix. Okay, so we just addressed all the notes, right? Bass was pokey. We fixed that with a compressor. The delay throw at a minute and a half, we turned that up. We brought the strings back, decided that was bad, and got rid of them. We turned down this growl because it was too much, and then we cleaned up after the bridge boingy by turning off the heavy guitars and turning up the bridge boingy.
Stoked, I I love me a summer storm. So I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, the lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never ever felt so alive. And now I'm all alive. Baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cat.
Okay, now there's some more general cleanup we can do in this area because we haven't done much with EQ across any of these instruments. They're all kind of fitting together because we chose them in a way where they fit together. But that doesn't mean we can't make improvements. So let's take a look at our heavies here, and let's just throw an EQ on them. Pro Q 3. My favorite EQ because it's amazing.
Can't you see?
So this graph here is showing us the frequency response of just those heavy guitars. So let me solo those for a second. Heavy solo. It's not even the guitar I'm targeting. It's a good thing we listened to them. These aren't heavies. I'm going to call this E-Gits and put all the guitars in it. So the heavy's not in there right now. Let's put it in there. Alright, and now let's grab our EQ and put it just on that heavy track. Alright, we don't want it to conflict with the bass or the kick drum. We don't need it at 80 hertz, right? That's where we want those other instruments to be. It's filling in this mid-range, which is good. We don't have too much else going on in this mid-range. But it stands out a bit, and this is a bit harsh, so I'm going to just tame it a little. Make this nice and wide. Maybe we could, instead of doing it like that, I'm going to grab here and change the shape of this point here to a high shelf. Right now, as I adjust this, you can see all the frequencies above or below the point move with me. So I'm just going to tame down the high end after about 1K, I guess. Just, I'm going to be kind of subtle with it. Hear the difference? Just taking a little bit of the bite out of it. So I'm pulling out some of the low mids in the strings because I don't want the strings to conflict with the acoustic guitar. This is really a heavy portion of frequencies for the acoustic guitar is in this area, like 80 to 250. And if there's too much buildup in that area of frequencies, things can start to sound muddy and unclear. There's not a ton of buildup in here. I'm just cleaning it up just a little bit. That's kind of drastic, so.
With my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Stay all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end. Stay all night. Stay all night. Stay all night. Stay all night. Stay all night.
Okay. Now we have those chorus guitars. Let's take a look at those chorus guitars and make sure they're not out of control. Not the Versity ones. Those sound nice. These ones. I'm mostly concerned wherever all the instruments are playing.
You're the only one for me. Stay
You don't
all
need this.
night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end. Stay all night. Stay all night. Stay all
back to the beginning, make sure these make sense back here, and I didn't miss something. Well, actually, I'm going to start at this verse when things start coming in.
It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high.
Butterflies is too loud.
And say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended.
Just a little bit. I'm just turning it down. The actual delay here itself, I'm turning down because that's also affecting us over here.
It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an apple.
Now we're looking at the overall EQ curve of the song. So I have an EQ over here on the main fader, so everything's running through this EQ. And where's this noise coming from? What do you think that is? Let's see. Something must be armed for record. Yeah. Anything else? It must be some of these analog plugins. They all have some noise associated with them. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's track it down. Doesn't matter. It's not hurting us. It's curious. Oh, is it this one? That made a difference. The Kramer one. Where is that noise coming from, huh? Huh? Where you at? I'm just toggling off all the inserts. Huh. I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from. I'm not going to stress it, though. Because I don't hear it. And as long as I don't hear it, it's not a problem. Let's bring some harmonies back in here.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should.
That kick is smashing 80. I can just see it, and it's woofy, and it bothers me. So let's take a look at the kick here.
Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't
It's
you
better.
see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterfly.
I didn't like the way the strings ended there. It's poked out at me a lot, so let's just pop these back to instrument track. Yeah, instrument tracks. Let's see if I can clean up those little string pieces that poke out at me. And then we'll bring the harmonies back. Okay. Here's the two we're looking at, and they're panned. Ooh, they should be panned left and right. They're not.
This baby that playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine, and I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine.
It's that one. Where is it?
It feels like a
It's this note, I think.
mine. It feels like our first.
I don't like this transitory note.
It feels holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended, but
I still don't like it. Ooh. Delete that guy. Let's make this note longer, maybe.
and say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this.
Hope this is helping, not hurting.
An acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended.
Turning the strings up overall.
Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date
Yeah.
never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him. It's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. Say you're mine. Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm.
So I was like, bring it on.
Oh my god, the lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby.
You know what? In the bass, I'm gonna mute those two leading notes. Sorry, Jody. I just think it'll make the boingy boing more. So, which notes are we talking about? Oh, what is happening? Ah, madness.
Have I ever felt so alive?
Those couple bump, bump, bump. Let's just turn them off.
Lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that.
Small changes add up. Let's get rid of this automation before I get click happy. Let's also merge this into one track before something terrible happens. Then we're going to have to take a break so I can make a new coffee and take a piss. That's very important. I'm going to turn all these inserts on the bass back on because, oh no, it turned all the inserts off while it's rendering. My bad. My bad, Ski. Boom. All right. Much cleaner. Let's clean up the whole timeline here so we can see what's going on. Close up the folders. Ooh. Okay. We didn't use these tracks, so let's get rid of them because they're ugly. Okay. Now, this looks a little bit more organized. And what did I say we were going to fix? This track's not in use, so let's get rid of it. Let's save this. Shit, what was I just going to do? I know we were going to take a break, but before the break, there was something I was going to fix. Let's turn off record here. We don't need this track. Let's get rid of it. Hide it. And then otherwise, I think this is pretty clean. We don't need this. Nothing's going to VFX. So let's remove that. Okay. How are we looking? I want to hear those first notes. Go back to the automation. Let's turn this first note down a little bit. Ooh. Why is it doing this on me? Come on, stop it. Stop it, guys. Not that much. I think that's better.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine.
Turn the bass back down.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end.
Here's our overall EQ.
It feels like our first date never
You
ended.
can see these spikes in her voice.
Inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He Drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Laying
Okay, so in the bass, I want to turn up that. Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-dum. So we're going to just automate that volume for that little riff she did.
begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through.
So we need a point here.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby.
Well, you know what? Maybe we just want to turn from here up. Just a touch.
This through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Laying with my buddy cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Stay all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end. Stay all night. Stay all night. Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive.
Let's take a look at this slide. I think we could get some more verb or delay on that lead and make it wider.
You're the only one for me. Stay all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat. Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever. And stay all night. Stay all night.
Drown it in verb. That's nice, but I also want, I'm going to try to put another delay on it. So let's make a new effects channel. Let's grab Echo Boy over here, which is my delay plugin of choice. It's by Sound Toys. Sound Toys Echo Boy. Let's grab that on there. And let's do, I'm going to grab a preset for guitar, like an edgy kind of, let's see what that sounds like. Like The Edge. By edgy, I mean The Edge. So we're going to send our lead guitar over to this effects channel. And let's hear what it sounds like.
And stay all night.
It has the intended effect. It makes it sound bigger and wider. Let's make sure it sounds good in the mix.
Stay all night.
Get delay. That's too much of it. Let's go back.
Stay all night.
Let's make sure it sounds good through the whole thing.
Stay all night. Stay all night. Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Playing with my buddy cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me.
Yep.
Stay all night.
do a low cut on that delay.
Got me like an acrobat in the bed.
Here it
Got
over here.
soaked, honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning. Say your name.
So what this delay is doing for me, to my ears, it's replacing that portion where the strings were. I didn't like the string part, and now we are using the delay on the lead guitar to fill out the frequency area kind of underneath it, like a pad. So that delay, you can't really hear it in the mix. You're not gonna hear, oh, there's a delay there. But if I take it away, the whole substance of that guitar, well, the mix overall sounds less full because it's missing that portion of frequencies. So I think I like that a lot. Let's roll this into a break and we'll come back and start working on those harmonies. So here we go.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see?
Like the strings coming in.
You're the only one for me. Say you're
They're subtle.
mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended.
Nope. You know what I'm going to do on that spot where we changed the strings here? Let's go back. We're going to transform these again to audio tracks. And I'm just going to use the volume automation on them to fade out that last note because it doesn't sound right. It's not how a real string player would have played that part. It stands out and it sounds wrong. So we're going to fix it. I am going to get to that coffee sooner or later, though. It's going to happen. I assure you. Transform this one. Go. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. So, excuse me. I'm just going to fade this out. Excuse me.
Say you're mine. Say you're mine. Move some plants to the wind, get soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. Say you're mine.
those strings ended. Why did it cut off so suddenly? We can't have that. That doesn't sound right at all. Uh-oh, something went wrong in our transformation here. Let's go back. Let's fix that. It's too bad this process is kind of slow. It kind of did that over here too, I noticed, but I was going to let it go because it wasn't that big of a deal over there. At the end though, that's definitely, that's showstopper. So we got to fix that. Be a better way to handle this. Maybe I can leave it like an instrument, and I'm going to create what's called a VCA, and that's going to create a little bus here for me, and I should be able to automate this. Let's see how I should be able to see it over here. I think there's a button in Studio One that should allow me to see that. Where is it? Where is it? Why don't I see it? Where is the button for the VCA? Hidden button. I'm just gonna Google it real quick. Studio One VCA mixer. Or arranger window. Hi everybody, blah 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 blah. No. I figured it out. I will leave it alone. On the console using the wrench. On the console using the wrench. This wrench. Well, I see VCA here. Keep VCA channels to the right. I don't want to see it down here. I want to see it up here. So was it in this wrench? No. That's annoying. This is annoying. If you're using folder tracks, folder buses, blah da 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 da. I don't want a folder bus or folder track, I want a VCA. How to get arranged tracks for bus channels, setting up VCAs. So that's VCA channel in the mix. If you want to route a track to it, route a track to it. Send tracks to it. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe this isn't what I'm really trying to do. I guess not. Maybe that's not going to work the way I expected to. I thought I could add these to a VCA channel and then just automate the VCA channel. But it seems like that's not how this works. I've done it before. I know I've done it before. I know it can be done. I just don't remember how to do it in Studio One. Can I? Let's ask Google a different way. Let's say automate volume VCA Studio One. Automation features, VCA fader automation. You know what? I could use my actual fader and record it that way. I think. Let's try that. Let's see if that works. So let's go to right here. I've sent both of these tracks, the strings here, to this VCA channel. So if we hit play, nothing happens. Great. So let's grab those tracks again. I don't know why that doesn't work. and send that to, it's not working. Great. Well, either VCAs don't really work in Studio One, or I don't know how they work in Studio One. So let's get rid of it. Bye-bye. We don't have time for you, sir. Bye-bye. Now, instead, I guess I'll do it on the strings bus. How about that? So let's change this to right. And now let's go to the point where we want to turn down the strings.
Stay all night.
I'm not even hearing the strings right now.
Holding me up until the end. Stay all night. Stay all night.
Watch the blue line.
Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, the lightning cracks.
Now notice the
Seemed
blue
like it
line
bounced
moves
right off
as
my back.
well. You
Never
can
have
see my
ever
hand,
felt
but I'm
so
pulling the
alive.
fader
And
to
now
adjust
I'm
the
all
volume of
like,
the
baby
strings.
this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see?
Leave it alone until the very end.
You're the only one for me. Stay all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end. Stay all night.
Let's see if I can
Stay all night. Stay all night. Stay all night. Stay all night.
This is all fun. Getting ready, getting ready. Last note. Very natural. Okay, so I just used this fader that I have here to control that automation for that one point. And I learned a thing in the process, which is if I do want to if I do want to automate one of these buses, I guess all I have to do is change this to right. And it seems to, as I move that, create. Oh, I guess that's not the case. I have no idea what is going on. I don't know why I was able to write automation on this one on this channel and not on the other one, but whatever. Whatever. Let's turn this off. So now we've automated the fade out here. It sounds much more natural. Oh no. Oops. Sorry. I have to change this now back to read. So now it's actually reading this automation line instead of writing a new one without me touching anything. And you can also see the representation in Studio One, right? As this volume is fading down with this blue line here, you can also watch the fader over here all the way to the right, the one that says read, that's reading this automation lane. You can watch it turn down. So that line's actually turning down this fader. Pretty cool, right? Now let's hop over to a little break. I'm going to refresh this coffee, and we'll get back to them harmonies. Let's do it. I bet you the break doesn't work.
So sorry. I forgot you had your class.
I did too. I was late. It's like, oh shit, it's 10:15. It's Saturday.
Sorry. I
My
wasn't
mom
even thinking
showed
of
up too,
your
and
class
she
today.
walked in. She's screaming, "Ah!" Yeah.
Who? Oh.
Nobody's watching.
Oh, that's where this stuff came from. I was like, did Luke empty the dishwasher? What is this stuff? People watch. It's timeless. It's on the internet.
I'm not worried about that.
I dropped off the stuff at St. Denis, and then I went over to Hickey's, and we drank coffee, smoked butts, and then she was like, let's go get breakfast at the Picket Fence. Now, what are you gonna do with? Yeah, clean my lens. Oh, that's a good idea. He's definitely my assistant. Steady shots on.
Steady shots on. ISO's at 100. Shutter speeds at least whatever your focal length is.
Right? Yeah. That was one of the things I was gonna like set and then like try not to mess with. Just to make sure it was at a safe shutter speed.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to make coffee.
Maybe since the stick lights are here, do you think I should bring one just in case?
Nope.
Alright. I'm just overthinking it probably.
He said he wants you to show up and take pictures. He said, I don't care if the camera's on auto. You don't need any lights, you don't need any
Okay.
backgrounds.
It's on auto wet balance. My shutter speed is set at 100 right now. That's probably good.
You might want to try one.
That's kind of hard stuff.
Any of those fit?
What?
Did any of those fit?
This one does.
Cool.
Yeah. I just need to get it off. Yeah. Maybe it did fit.
Well, don't force it. was fine. I wasn't gonna wreck it. Just made me nervous.
Yeah. All right, that might be better fit. It's not as big. Does it matter? Is this okay?
It does matter. It's not the right one. Keep that off, but
I don't know. I don't know if I ever had a lunch like this before.
yeah, I mean, worst case, you just use your hand. But once.
Really? Thank you. Well, should I use the little one? That's like, not the one that didn't fit well, but the one that doesn't cover most of the lens?
No.
Yeah.
No, they're all made like the right length and the right diameter for the lens they're for.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever had one. But you're saying they all come with one.
As far as I know.
Huh. All right.
Maybe
Yeah.
not. Now that I think of it, I don't remember seeing one that's labeled Tamron. But
You know, with lenses? Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm going without. All right. So
Alright.
this is good.
Good.
I got very little stuff, but that's all I need. All right. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't disappoint.
Fine. You're gonna do great, kid. You're gonna do great. Good luck.
Representing. And after the shoot, I told Nikki I'd call her on my way home and that maybe we grocery shop together because I didn't do that last night.
Okay. Cool.
But I'll probably check in with you over the phone, let you know how it went. Thanks for believing in me.
Yeah. You're believable in, I guess.
Boosting my confidence.
You got this. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be your best shoot.
All right, have a good afternoon, babe.
Bye. Boom, we're back. Welcome back to Francine's Song Time. We're going to do harmonies now before I get distracted on anything else. So, let's unmute those harmonies. Let's listen to the harmonies and the vocals together, alone.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my body cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed.
The harmonies are pretty good. Notice you can hear in there that it picked up the sound of the song in her headphone can. So her can was playing into the microphone, but that's not going to be a problem. It's quiet enough that it's going to fit in just fine.
Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my body cats, can't you see?
Let's melodyne this up a little bit just to solid it. Give it some artificial confidence. Maybe. Let's see if that works. I mean, I'm not just going to throw on Melodyne to throw on Melodyne. It's just, we'll give it a shot.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my body cats, can't you see?
This is a little flat.
Yeah.
That's a little flat. So let's see if we can just use Melodyne here to clean up that pitch center and maybe some of the drift. And we should be able to snap this to the scale. And let's see what that sounds like. It might make an auto-tunable effect, you know, but we probably won't notice because this is just going to be on the harmony, which is going to tuck behind the vocal track.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my body cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine.
So this is where to say, let's move this note. I don't want to be on the zoomy tool. I want to be, this note.
And say you're mine.
There we go. That was the change it needed, I think. So let's throw the vocal track back in with it and see how they sound together.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like,
I want to see if we can.
one for me.
I want to split this note. So there's a tool in here that should allow me to split this note. I don't use this very often, so you can probably tell. But I know it's there because I've used it before. I can zoom in a little bit on this note with the zoomy tool. This note, I believe.
You're the only one for me.
I want this me to go up. So I want to split it right here, and I want to bring this note up. I just got to find the right tool. Pitch tool, drift tool, format tool. Maybe it is just the pitch tool and you double click. Let's try that. Nope. How do I split? How do I cut in Melodyne? We probably need to put the cursor where we want to cut.
Say
Right about there probably. And then I know there's a tool that does it. I've used it. Amplitude tool, time tool, note separation tool. There it is. So we're just going to separate that note. So now I've split them in half as far as Melodyne is concerned, and I can address them separately. So I want the me to go me, like there.
You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. The only one for me.
Nope, that's not what I want. I only want the. Let's undo that change and we'll cut there instead and just take this piece.
Only one for me. Say you're mine.
That's what I want. So listen to what it does. Now it goes me instead of picking a note. It slides up to the note. That's, you can see this pitch line.
You're the only one for me. Say you're mine.
And I want it to do it on mine too. So let's find where in mine we want it to rise. Sorry, Francine, if you don't want me to do this, but I think it's the right thing to do.
Only one for me. Say you're mine.
Right about there. So we're going to separate this note. I keep hitting the wrong. I wish they labeled them with text so you could see what they meant, because they're just kind of arrows. It's annoying. Let's bring this guy back up to.
Oh, me, say you're mine. Oh, me, say you're mine. Oh, me, say you're mine.
I want it to be faster, so let's see if I can move this forward in time. I think there's a time tool, right? I don't want to quantize the time. I just want to adjust it a little. Time tool. How does it work? How does the time tool work? Just move this note. That's all we want. I can move it up and down, but I can't move it left and right. We're exploring. We're exploring now. Because I have a goal. I have a goal. I have an end state I want to get to. We just got to figure out how to make the computer do what I want it to do. Which is always the challenge, right? Note assignment main tool. These are pitch tools, format tool, amplitude, time. It's a time tool. We want to use the time tool, but I don't know how the time tool works. Ooh. Let's see if that helped or hurt. I don't even know what that did.
You're the only one for
Ooh, we don't like that at all.
me. Say you're mine. Me, say you're mine.
I want this to happen sooner. See, it's kind of. Oh, maybe I just need to cut it in a different spot. Let's try that. Let's see if I can just go back a few. This isn't. Ooh, there we go. Back until it wasn't cut anymore. And we'll cut it a little sooner. Where is that cutty tool here? Let's try right about there. And then we grab the main tool and we just drag it.
Say you're mine.
Yep. Now, wish I knew the keyboard shortcut in Melodyne to zoom in and out, because it's annoying to change to the tool to zoom in and out. I'm sure there is one. All right. Now it looks like we're looking at MIDI for some reason. I don't know. Melodyne's weird.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine.
Pretty good. Let's see how it sounds in the mix.
Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you?
Let's go back to the harmony part. It's muted.
Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like.
Let's compress this because we want it to be very even and very tucked, right? And then we're going to put some delays and reverbs on it to make it kind of permeate through the song and pop up and poke out in different areas where it's filling in spaces instead of stomping on spaces.
Like, baby this, baby that, baby.
Let's just use the Pro C2 because I am a FabFilter fanboy.
Playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like I make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed.
Okay, now I'm going to use an EQ to trim some of the frequencies. We don't want it to be as strong energetically as her main vocal is. So if we leave all the frequencies in her voice, it will be. So let's cut out some space for this. The harmony. Here we go. I'm going to move this EQ before the compressor because I want to roll off the low end before the compressor acts on it, right? We don't need anything up to like 120 here in this track.
Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an apple.
Now, the main meat of her vocal is somewhere in like 2 to 3K here. So I'm cutting out a space for these here, and I want them to come out on the high end. So I'm going to add a little boost at about, I don't know, 7 or 8K. And let's see what that sounds like.
Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine.
Okay, now I'm going to put what's called a de-esser on her voice because the compressors make the S sounds in her voice come out a lot more than they otherwise would. So I'm going to put the de-esser on the harmonies to tame down those S sounds so they don't start to get annoying. Single vocal, wide band, and then we'll just find out where the S sibilance sound lives in Francine.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see?
See what it's doing?
You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an.
Okay, it just takes down those S sounds that have been accentuated by our previous compressors.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my.
Now let's send it to some reverb because it sounds a little bit dry and not as dreamy as I want it to. So let's send it over to our verb. And let's send a lot of it over to our verb. So I'm going to jack that
My
up.
booty cats, can't you see? Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the
pretty good. It's
It
pretty good.
feels-
I think there's room here to play with it more. So I want to take this. I'm going to duplicate this whole harmony track. And let's take the second copy of it and look at it in Melodyne. And let's just, where does this main note start? It's at G. So this is in G. Let's take this copy and grab all these notes and bring them down to a lower G, like here, G3. So I'm going to take this note down until it's G.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say alright. And I'm all like, baby that, call me like a girl.
Sounds pretty weird.
In the bed.
We don't like that. It was a good idea. Maybe. Maybe it was a good idea. I still want to duplicate it though, so let's duplicate that whole thing. And let's pan them left and right. Now, that's not going to achieve the desired effect unless we jump into these harmonies and shift this one by a little bit. So if we grab these, I think there's a nudge. Nudge. Bam. So we just nudge it a little. And let's see. That might be too much.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby.
That's way too much. Let's zoom in a ton. We only want to offset it by a tiny bit. Let's see that.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see?
Oh, they both changed on
You're
me.
the only
Ooh, that's why it sounds weird. Let's bring this one back up to G4.
one night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for.
I hear the verb on just the one of them, maybe. Let's set this to loop for a little while. Let's close that loop a little bit to like there.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine.
Okay, I'm sending it to that guitar delay that we made.
Baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine.
It's too much. I'm turning it down.
Like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine.
Let's hear it with the vocal track on.
Yeah. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby
Hear how the
this,
delays
baby
poke
that,
up
got
when
me
there's
like an
space?
acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine.
All right, let's listen to that in the mix.
It's too new to know
Send these to a
better. I'm
bus.
too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine.
I'm gonna tame the high
And I'm all
end.
like, baby
of the
this,
harmonies?
baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an
think I like that. Let's move on to the next ones and make sure they still make sense.
Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby, this.
Alright, I don't want to get the all like, so let's trim those right to about here. I want and I'm all like to stand out.
Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby, this, baby, that. Playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Stay all night. And I'm all like, baby, this, baby, that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end. Stay all night.
All right, let's bounce these sections. And let's melodyne this up because we didn't do this section here.
All like, baby, this, baby, that. Playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me.
See, that's soft, so let's fix it.
One for me.
Let's go to our little macro here, our pitch fixing macro, which is this guy, and we can say pitch center and fix that. And then pitch drift makes it just a little bit more solid, and we've got it snapped to the G chord. And let's hear it.
Baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine.
You're the only one for me. Let's zoom in. Let's get zoomy on it.
You're the only one for me. Say you're mine.
Mm-hmm.
For me. Say
All right, so let's grab our note separation tool, which is this. Nope, we'll get there. Here. I think it's right about there. So let's grab this guy. Let's grab our main tool.
for me. Say you're mine. One for me. Say you're mine.
I think that's better. I want this to move less snappily. There's got to be like a fine tune key I can hold. Oh, I found it. It's Option. I gotta hear it.
Say you're mine.
Flat.
And I'm all like, baby, me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby, this, baby, that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed.
Option.
Like an acrobat in the bed.
Let's see if we can fix that with the what is this tool called? Pitch tool? No. Pitch drift tool.
Me like an acrobat in the bed. Bed in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine
I want it to go and
until the end.
Bring this one down.
the end, say you're mine.
All right, let's hear it in the mix. Well, we gotta fix the other one too, but let's hear just this one in the mix.
Only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end, say you're mine.
All right, I'm just gonna get rid of the second harmony. We don't need the two of them. It's not adding that much, and it's kind of operationally a pain in the ass. So let's just delete this. Remove track, and let's move this harmony back to the center. Okay.
This baby that playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end, say you're mine. Say you're mine.
Oops. I didn't mean to put that guitar delay on the G-Funk sound. I wanted to put it on the harmonies because I don't see it. Oh, there it is. It is on the harmony already. Never mind.
Like baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed. Holding me up until the end, say you're mine. Say you're mine.
Okay, that one's good. Let's move on to this one and open it up in Melodyne.
Ever felt so alive, and now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty.
I'm not hearing it right now, so let's listen to it just with the vocal.
Make it bounce right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive, and now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine.
Let's go back. Fix that me.
My playing with my,
Don't loop. Stop that.
can't you see? You're the only one for me. One for me, say you're mine.
Oh, option is what I needed to change the timing. And we need to split this note. I'm just trying to find its origin point.
You're the only one for me.
For me, me, me. Move. It's not moving.
The only one for me, say you're for me, say for me, say
I don't hear any change there. That's weird.
for me, say for me, say you're mine. One for me, say
Let's see if we can hold the option here and drag this out a little. Like that. Huh, that's cool.
for me, say
That's totally what I wanted to do before.
for me, say
Back a little. Play.
only one for me, say you're mine, mine, mine.
All right, let's use our macro here to just generally correct the pitch and the drift and snap it to our scale.
And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine.
Not sold on it.
One for me, one for me, say you're mine.
That'll do.
And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end.
Let's fix that last word, the end. Edit with Melodyne.
And say you're mine.
Let's do our pitch drifty thing. Make that center. Drift away less.
Holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. Say.
All right. Let's make sure that we didn't destroy it.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended, butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more, now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my
Let's see real quick if we can, how about just, let's see this through with the Melodyne, any. Where is that bit? Right about where? Where's our playhead at? There.
love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more, now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this.
Let's see if we can clean up the pitch drift. There's a tool, a specific tool for that. Let's grab the pitch tool, the pitch drift tool. Let's just fix that. There we go. Maybe we can do that to through too. Just get a little bit of this wiggle out of there. This guy. Let's clean up this one a little. I think I have automation on. Let's see this through. It might be a little bit too much. Let's turn that I gotta hit A for my automation lanes. Yep, there it is.
Even him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that.
And then we wanted to turn back up here a little.
True. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say all night. Say all night. Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say all night. Say all night. Say all night. Say all night. Say all night.
Okay, cool. Now, since we're getting towards a place where I like the song overall, I think, we're finishing up on mixing here. I just want, for posterity, let's fire up the first version of the song that we recorded and see how far it's come. So, in Dropbox here, we've got the song from, let's do, this is the scratch track. No vocals. Let's try from August 15th. Now, I'm going to pull this into our track here just to make sure you hear it. Same as me. So let's grab this like it's a new track. Bring it up here. Bam. It's doing its thing. And hopefully it sounds better today than it did on August 15th. If it doesn't, then then there's something wrong. Okay, so here's the song. Let's solo it. This was the old mix.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better. I'm too bold to care. Just hold me.
It wasn't bad.
Make the world disappear.
Let's hear what happens when things come in.
Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Playing with my booty cats, can't you see?
I actually really like that guitar.
You're the only one for me. Say all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say all night. Feel our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. Drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see?
Strings are way
You're the
different.
only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine, say you're mine.
Lots of bad notes.
Move some plants so they wouldn't get soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my god, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say I'm not. And I'm all like, baby this.
Okay, that was the old version from a couple weeks ago. Let's get rid of this. And let's hear it today. And then we're going to be done for today. And when we come back next week, I think we will start mastering this song because there's not much left to mix. I'm going to listen to it over the week and make sure that I still agree next week. But I think the mix is where the mix needs to be. Let's listen to it.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of these strings up until here. Because I think if we don't bring the strings in yet, it'll be much more dramatic when we do bring them in. So sorry about that. Let's start this over from the verse, without the strings in until the second chorus.
Not spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterfly.
Now I'm taking out the harmony in the first verse too, and I'm starting over from the intro because I want it to sound like a sparse mix that gets more intense as it goes on. That's how I think most good songs arc.
It starts spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended, butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more, now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this
Now things come in.
through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing
Much
with
bigger.
my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine, say you're mine.
Delay's really helping.
Move some plants so the wind gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats, can't you see? You're the only one for me, say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end, say you're mine, say you're mine, say you're mine, say you're mine, say you're mine.
Her vocal at the end is loud, so let's automate that down.
Holding me up until the end, say you're mine, say you're mine,
Better.
say you're mine, say you're mine, say you're mine.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is, you can see I was adjusting the volume. That was mainly for your benefit on this main slider here. Mhm. Oh, thanks, Lisa. Lisa says that she's been able to hear little sections and that it sounds great. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set this level to 0 on the main fader, and I'm going to make sure that our EQ here isn't doing anything. I'll clear that. And I'm going to play this song and adjust the volume using this tool called a limiter. So I'm going to use this to adjust the volume or the amplitude of the sound until it reaches the top. And I'm just going to use it to level out the volume a little without making any peaks. So this is, I'm using this as a rough volume adjuster for what is, we're going to call this release candidate 1. This is mix 1. If we need to make changes, we might have a mix 2, but the bulk of the work is done here. This is mix RC1, so we're just putting a little bit of consistent volume on it. Let's go to the loudest part. You see, this is clamping down and turning the volume down, so that I'm jacking this up way too high.
The only one for me, stay all night. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that. Got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Stay all night.
Okay, so this isn't doing too much. It is grabbing some of the real sharp transients, which is fine. It's not doing too much to the sound other than making the apparent loudness of everything a little bit more. And it's preventing anything from clipping, so you won't hear any sort of digital distortion because of the volume here. So now we've got a leveled out song. I'm going to play it one more time from the beginning, and then we're going to be done for today. And we'll come back next week. We'll reassess and see if mixing's done and if it's time to go on to mastering. We'll check with Francine and see what she's up to. Here we go.
I start spacing out and I hear you good. I'm not sure about this, but I think we should. Oh yeah, I think we should. It's too new to know better, I'm too bold to care. Just hold me, make the world disappear. Make the world disappear. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. It feels like our first date never ended. Butterflies inside, feelings extended. I love this high. He drives me wild with all the things he can do. He's got me begging for more. Now I'm just craving him, it's true. Oh, let's see this through. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. Say you're mine. Move some plants, the way it gets soaked. Honestly, I was stoked. I love me a summer storm, so I was like, bring it on. Oh my God, that lightning crack seemed like it bounced right off my back. Never have I ever felt so alive. And now I'm all like, baby this, baby that, playing with my booty cats. Can't you see? You're the only one for me. Say you're mine. And I'm all like, baby this, baby that, got me like an acrobat in the bed, holding me up until the end. Say you're mine. Say you're mine. Say you're mine. Say you're mine. Say you're mine.
Not bad, not bad, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. I will accept that for now, and we'll see if I feel the same way at the end of another week. But thanks for sticking in. Hopefully Francine approves, and we'll mix this out to a file and let her hear it and see where we go. I hope you guys have a glorious week. I'll see you next Saturday around 10 o'clock. Tune in for Laura. She's painting in Chatham, somewhere up near the Cape, far away, where it's beautiful and people paint things. So if you're into painting and art, or if you don't have anything to do for the rest of the day, tune in and watch Laura paint. It's a pretty good time. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.